Good morning. Today is Wednesday the 22nd, and we're going to start with a daily reflection on the New Testament. That in the dispensation of the fullness of times he might gather together in one all things in Christ, both which are in heaven and which are on earth, even in him. Ephesians 1:10. The phrase the dispensation of the fullness of times has special meaning to Latter-day Saints. We understand that the gospel is revealed from heaven in various time periods. A dispensation of the gospel is a period of time in which the Lord has at least one authorized servant on the earth who bears the holy priesthood and the keys, and who has a divine commission to dispense the gospel to the inhabitants of the earth. When this occurs, the gospel is revealed anew, so that people of that dispensation do not have to depend basically on past dispensations for knowledge of the plan of salvation. The final dispensation, the dispensation of the fullness of times, began in the spring of 1820 when darkness was dispersed, the heavens opened, and the Father and Son spoke to Joseph Smith. All of the streams of past dispensation flow into the ocean of the dispensation of the fullness of times. Okay, today is 1 Peter chapter 3, and in this it's talking about husbands and wives should honor each other, saints should live by gospel standards, and Christ preached to the spirits in prison. In the beginning, it's talking about it doesn't say it like this, but this is how I took it. It's talking about women and having an outward adorning, plaited hair and wearing of gold, and of putting on apparel. So, to me, as I'm reading this, it's talking about, these women who fashion their outside to look good, like, oh, I'm great because I have on this, or I look this certain way, which is very true to today. But the verse I chose for my personal statement is verse 4. And it says, "But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price." I was talking with a friend last night about how I used to be a little bit self-obsessed. When I was on Instagram a couple of years ago, I used to take hundreds of pictures of myself, and I'd post constantly, thinking I was hot stuff, and I'd do my hair every day, and I'd do my makeup, and I'd wear jewelry, and I'd have nice clothes, and post my pictures of myself. Seriously, hundreds, thousands of pictures of myself. And now I got off Instagram, got off all social media. I don't post pictures of myself. As you can see, hair not done, makeup not done, owie on my face. You see me as I am. I wrote from my personal statement, "I must ornament myself with meekness and a quiet spirit, which is of great price in the sight of God." I need to, instead of ornamenting myself with hair and earrings and clothes and makeup and jewelry, I need to ornament myself with meekness and a quiet spirit. Those are the things that I need to adorn myself with. So that's what I chose, because I had that conversation last night about how I used to be and how I am now. But there are some other good verses in here. For instance, where is it? "And be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you, with meekness and fear." And there are some others too, but that's what I chose for my personal statement. We have the verse by verse for today. No Jeffrey, which is sad, but it is what it is. Okay. Chapter 3, verses 1 through 2. Remember that conversation means conduct. Here is more helpful prophetic counsel for husbands and wives. This time it is encouragement to the wife whose husband is not active in the church. Patiently work with him and be of good example. And he may eventually be won over. There are many examples of that happening. For verse 3, again, to the wife, be modest and conservative in dress. Verse 4, we should cultivate a meek, quiet, and peaceable spirit. Verse 7, weaker vessel. Vessel in this sense refers to the physical body. Husbands and wives become partners, joint heirs. For verse 11, a good motto, eschew evil, pursue peace. This counsel came at a time when some might have been tempted to give up a Christian lifestyle out of frustration or to retaliate in the face of persecutions. This verse is an important follow-up to 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 22 through 23. For verse 15, bear your testimony and use boldness, but not overbearance. Verses 18 through 20, an inexplicable passage to many people, but the Latter-day Saints have further light and knowledge about Jesus preaching in the spirit world because of a vision given to a prophet who sat pondering this passage one day in 1918 in Salt Lake City. We do have some extra-biblical corroboration of the idea of preaching to the dead. From early Christian writings, we learn from Hermas, whose brother was bishop in Rome, who wrote in the early 2nd century after Christ that Jesus' apostles died and then preached also the name of the Son of God to those who had fallen asleep before them. And finally, for verses 20 through 21, souls were saved by water, which is to say that the flood was a figure or type of baptism. As those who were saved during the earth's baptism, so we also may be saved by our own baptism. I don't have any more to add to that. Today is the 22nd, and I will leave you with a prayer from a diary of prayer. We have two for today, one from St. Thomas Aquinas and one from St. Jerome. That hurt. Give me, O Lord, a steadfast heart, which no unworthy affection may drag downwards. Give me an unconquerable heart, which no tribulation can wear out. Give me an upright heart, which no unworthy purpose may tempt aside. Bestow upon me also, O Lord my God, understanding to know thee, diligence to seek thee, wisdom to find thee, and a faithfulness that may finally embrace thee. O good shepherd, seek me out, and bring me home to thy fold again. Deal favorably with me according to thy good pleasure, till I may dwell in thy house all the days of my life, and praise thee forever and ever with them that are there. I like in the first one where he's saying, give me an unconquerable heart, give me an upright heart, bestow upon me understanding to know thee. I need to pray like that. All right. That was 1 Peter chapter 3, and tomorrow we do chapters 4 and 5. Everybody should have the day off, so we will see you then. Bye.